everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever part of the world you're currently at. Merry Christmas. Here at Fort Monroe, actually, on Christmas Day, taking my walk and exercising a little bit. I heard some musicians that were playing on a tin whistle and drums, so I thought I'd go chase them around. But while I'm at it, there's something that got stuck in my boot, so let me pull this out. Here we are. Okay, so I hope you all are doing well. Like I was saying, basically I'm trying to do my regular break and exercise. So let me see if I can chase this tin whistle player and drummer. Hey guys, I'm doing my vlog, so you guys mind to be filmed if I were to showcase you guys performing? What's your all's name? Merry Christmas, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
My name's Samuel Adams, and this is Benjamin Adams.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah.
So, well-known aristocrats of the later years. Mm-hmm. Y'all can bust a quick Tiffany music real quick?
Yeah, what do you think?
Go there, stand in front of the basket.
Yeah, it'll be on our channel tonight, so look us up. It's called Faceconomics TV.
What's it?
Faceconomics TV.
Face?
Face, just like Facebook, except it's economics. So we're trying to promote economic development throughout the state of Virginia.
Sure.
So we're kind of spotlighting some people that are kind of doing things for the community and helping with capacity building and economic development and all that stuff.
Cool. Well,
So-
we live here, and they're living historians, young men that do interpretation and.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good to know.
Absolutely.
Well done. So yeah, please check us out. It'll be up there on tonight. All right, guys. Let's do a quick rendition of. Can you do like the national anthem by any chance?
I'm sure we can do it.
All right. Excellent. Awesome. Well done, guys. So say hello to everybody. Wish them a Merry Christmas. You're going to be seen all over the country and overseas. So say whatever it is you want to,
Merry Christmas from
Merry
Fort Monroe.
Excellent. Good deal. All right, guys. My name's Al. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Have a good one. You take care. Merry Christmas. All right, folks. So I hope you all enjoyed that rendition of our national anthem on Christmas Day. And celebrate the holiday season with your family and friends. Merry Christmas. All right, thanks so much for your time and sharing your Christmas with me today as I go for my quick walk. And I just thought I'd let you see the typical Americana architecture here in Fort Monroe. So Fort Monroe, just to give you a short background of this fort, it was actually committed to protecting the Hampton Roads Bay and Chesapeake Bay territories within the naval waters of the region, because we're in the East Coast, obviously. So we were the Navy and military installation that was stationed here was basically making sure that no one would get access to any of the waterways coming in from the Atlantic or into, and even, you know, from the Chesapeake. So this is the whole purpose of this installation, specifically to guard and preserve, protect the integrity of the waterways throughout the East Coast, specifically in the Virginia coastal waters. With that said, as y'all can see, these brick buildings used to be barracks, and you know, this is where they would house the military and host special events and occasions here. And these smaller houses are, you know, used to be owned by military brass and officers. So that's the whole purpose of this properties. Okay, and we're gonna go through a tunnel or a dungeon, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like inside of it, because it used to be a former prison. So I'm just going to let y'all see what it looks like in there, and also have you see what the moat looks like. All right, so this is the tunnel that leads out into Peevis, and here is one of the prisons where prisoners would keep some prisoners. It was also a former guardhouse at one point. Okay, so the doors in front of you leads to the individual cells as opposed to the large room. So yeah, this is going to take you into the prisons, which is over here. You can see from out here that that's actually it's hollow in there. You know, there's sort of cells. Hello, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And this is what the moat looks like from the other side of the cell. Obviously, these are houses outside of the fort over there. Chamberlain is one of the oldest hotels built in this area in the state of Virginia back then. Okay, and yeah, so over there up on the top, you can actually walk there. There's a pathway where people can go walk and kind of, you know, navigate around the fort. So, and here is the YMCA. Very impressive in looking YMCA inside the gym, and you know, they have a rock wall climbing section there if you want to go rock climbing, or I'm sorry, wall rock climbing. So yeah, this is what it looks like from the outside of Fort Monroe. All right, folks, let's see where else we go. I've been kind of just walking around a lot, so I'm just gonna hit up some of these buildings and places for y'all can see. That's the old church up there. And escaped to freedom on May 23rd, May 1861, 3 enslaved men, Frank Baker, Shepard Mallory, and James Townsend, sought freedom at Fort Monroe. A Virginia officer demanded their return, citing the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. Union Major General Benjamin F. Butler refused, stating that this law did not apply to slaveholders in rebellion against the U.S. He asserted the right to confiscate slaves whose labor benefited the Confederacy, thus initiating the contraband of war policy. Thousands of freedom seekers followed, earning Fort Monroe, the nickname Freedom Fortress. Across the South, hundreds of thousands of enslaved people would seek protection with Union forces, charting a path towards the end of slavery in the U.S. So, Freedom's Fortress. Fort Monroe was the site of Major General Benjamin Butler's decision in 1861 to accept escaping slaves as contraband of war. Thousands of former enslaved cast off their bondage and sought sanctuary here, called this the Freedom Fort. The 1st and 2nd Regiment of U.S. Colored Cavalry and Battery B, 2nd U.S. Colored Light Artillery were raised here during the Civil War. In 1865, the Bureau for Relief of Freemen and Refugees, Freedmen Bureaus, established its state headquarters here. Imagine that. Okay. So that's a quick synopsis of this fort's history. So slaves used to come here and basically seek refuge and became free men. So just to let you all know about the history of this specific region of Virginia, many of the enslaved were off-boarded the ships, landed here, you know, in the Hampton area of Virginia. So this is where many of the enslaved people were taken to and were sold. And if you were to go to other places throughout the state of Virginia, you can even see some slave blocks where people, you know, enslaved people were sold and bought back then. And you can see you can see their blocks where they would stand, and they're kind of bidded on just like cattle. So anyway, this is the main gate into the fort. So all right, this is a registered National Historic Landmark under the provisions of the Historic Sites Act of August 21st, 1935. This site possesses exceptional value in commemorating and illustrating the history of the United States. This is put in place by the U.S. Department of Interior, National Park Service, 1961, Fort Monroe. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our quick tour. And by the way, this is where I would practice playing my violin sometimes, because hello, can you hear that acoustic? It's got the best acoustic so far that I've seen for a small architecture, which I would come here and basically play my violin in, just to practice. So it's a very, very interesting factoid in U.S. history. As far as Fort Monroe, so whenever you guys get the chance, come on out. So this is also, the point of Virginia Civil War trails. So if you're a history buff, or if you just like learning about history, this is one of the areas that you probably would want to come and visit and hit up if you were to learn about U.S. history. Because technically, America started when the British colonized the Commonwealths of Virginia and other Commonwealths throughout the East Coast. I think there were 13 Commonwealths. Maybe I'm wrong. I've forgotten how many Commonwealths there were now. But yeah, so Virginia was one of them, definitely. And Jamestown, Williamsburg, and Yorktown is where the British had set up their fortress. And, that's when everything started. In terms of Civil War, when the Continentals, I guess they would call them back then, rose against the principalities and the monarchy that were installed throughout the Commonwealth. And as you all know, I'm running for office in the state of Virginia, and I seriously don't feel that it would be in the best interest of the Commonwealth to return back to a monarch society where there's a king and royalty that has all the privileges and power and authority and knows everything that's going on in the state, to have regular people be monitored and be treated just like, you know, the former slaves of the Commonwealth, and even, you know, the subjects to the British Crown. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of my 10 cents regarding, you know, how I see certain things. And the gentleman and the kids that were playing earlier is back, and I'm gonna kind of walk away from them so y'all can hear what I'm saying. And this is an older house, very old-fashioned architecture native of this place. And yeah, this is what it all looks like. And over there up ahead is a tunnel, but it's been blocked off because they're renovating it. But to the left are museum rooms. Okay, and here is the old Confederate cannon. But I would like to show you the holding cell of former Confederate President Jefferson Davis. Okay, so I'm not able to showcase some of those rooms from there, but I'm gonna peek through the holding cell for former President Jefferson Davis. He was a Confederate president back then, and you know, I think you would find it pretty interesting that he was kept in this fort when he was captured. I'm not really sure exactly who managed to capture him. I want to say the British caught him, but let's read what says here on the plaque just to make sure. So this is where President Jefferson Davis was confined. It says, in this casemate, Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States, was confined May 22nd to October 2nd, 1865. As his health suffered in the casemate, he was removed to Carroll Hall in the fortress, where he remained from October 1865 until May 1867, when he was released on bail. He was never brought to trial. Okay, so that's if you can see where that bed is, that's where his cell was. Okay, and I heard there's other prominent figures that was kept here, one of which is Hemingway. Okay, with the author Mr. Hemingway, I forgot his first name, but anyway, I believe he was also kept here. All right, with that said, thank you so much for joining me on this short video blog this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, and I'm glad that you enjoyed watching our video blog. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and tell your friends and family about our channel. We're looking to promote economic development using the social media platform, and I hope to give you some more of our inspiration regarding using the social media platform in economic development worldwide. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to connecting with you. I might be on the road for our New Year, end of the year special video blog, so I will keep you posted to see if I'm able to do any of my vlogging while I'm on the road and visit some interesting places. With this said, have a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for watching. Take care.